Hello. Forgot to plug in my mic. Cool. What's up? Blackbird and Raph and Nishkal and Green Guy and Cuber Pro 21 Awesome and Epically Blue. What's up, everybody? Do, 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 do. What's up, Maximal? Let's go. Can't wait to practice 2 gram practicing. Perfect. Wonder how many people do that. How many of my viewers? Dang it. That would have been a cool solution. Float into a 4-flip and a 2C, 2C. I gotta check that. How do you rate your major, financially speaking? Physics? I think it's pretty good. Physics gives you a lot of options. I think that's a particularly good reason for it. I feel like majoring in physics or doing a master's in physics shows employers that you're like relatively smart, good problem solver. You learn a lot of you learn like a kind of beginner to intermediate level of like a lot of different programming languages for like various different things. Okay, that was 10.5 to 8. What's up, James? Dude. Gotta turn off or take the music off my ears. Oh yeah, I saw you post about that. Maximal. Cap on pen. It seems fun. I would try it. That was... Oh, that was a confusing one. Dude. Both of these scrambles, I freaking forgot corners. Anybody want some snow? Sure. Early 1980s comps? There was more than just like the 82 World Championship? I didn't even know that. 27,000 entries in the first UK champ? What? How many people competed? Thank you. NAR average? Do you get NAR pen, cap on pen average? I cannot believe I actually got that. Oh my gosh. Had an LTCT that, or not an LTCT, a T2C that I like started doing it wrong and I backtracked and I somehow fixed it. That's crazy. I did not expect to see a solved cube right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 12 to 10. I did a floating 3 twist and a T2C to make corners 4 algs. All 27K competed but spread across the country? Oh, wow. Still, yeah, shocking. Has it ever snowed there? It's never snowed specifically where I live in San Diego, but San Diego is a huge county, and there are parts of San Diego where it snows, like Julian. Julian is like an hour-and-a-half drive from here, and it snows there. It's like a bit up, like elevation is a bit higher, and it's like way more inland than where I live. And I think there's other places too. That was so close to a +2. That was 9 algs. What's up, cubing case? The UK only has 6.2k people in the WCA database now? How? I'm confused how that's possible. Why was there so many cubers back then and not now? That I'm confused. Thanks, cubing case. Alright, that was a 1695 best of 5 on 1, 2, 3, 53 to 44. The fad was insane in the 80s? Oh. I guess. I know that, I think Rubik's headquarters, like their main headquarters, is in the UK. I'm pretty sure. And I wonder if that was the case back then and if it had anything to do with that as well. Oh my god. very confusing scramble. Nice, epically blue. I remember when PR streaks of any significance were like possible for me. How did Sig read Six Sides ad comment before it popped up for you on Twitch? That might be like a connection issue, like chat lagging or something for you. I had a T2C and I messed it up. And then I forgot corners. Dude, I was literally drilling, or it wasn't a T2C, I said T2C, I meant to say F2E. Can I help you with pre-calc? Maybe? If I can't, then surely chat could. I've decidedly not getting into that Blackbird. UK was the first country where cubes were manufactured after Hungary. I had this F2E. What is the freaking out? Oh, that's it. Dude. It's really frustrating. I didn't drill F2E for like a week or two. Oh my god. It's so rare that you can just like naturally have an F2E opportunity in 3 blinds, so I hate that I messed that up. There. That. Okay, now I've forgotten what the script. I think that was like possibly 10 to 8, but I also missed I missed one of those float, like flipped float forcing LTCT cases. Yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah. That could have been 7. Oh my god. Damn, that could have been 7 with a float into a T2C. And then also an F2E, so 9, 7. Sheesh. Unfortunate. If I was a god, I would have gotten a good time on that. Dude, come on! Stop forgetting. What's up, Chess Chad? Yeah, that's a crazy number, James. God, I keep forgetting to write down the L count right after, and then I forget. Oh, that was 11 to 9. Come on, dude. Let's go. That was 9 to 8 with LTCT. Dude, knocked out the daily 14 so early. Let's go. What's up, Taste Bud and Freddy? Suboptimal. Wow. Nightbot. Double parity, 10 to 9. I feel like I just got a mosquito bite on my knee. Why do you say Twitch chat is better than YouTube chat? Because it is. For multiple reasons. Twitch chat, I mean, in general, YouTube chat is just way less mature, and that's just like a fact. And also YouTube chat, or Twitch chat just has like more fun aspects, like predictions, emotes, bits, subbing, etc. I forgot to enter the last thing. That was 11 to 10, I think. Oh, that could have been 9. Damn. The last average was 25.31 on average of 5, but counting 28s. 1486, 9 to 8, and there was a 9 to 7. That's 30. Total 52, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 50 to 40. Very funny alt counts right now. Back to 12 blind soon? Probably. I think at the latest, like after my next multi-comp, which is in like a week and a half. That was 8 alds and kind of poorly performed. What's up, Cuber? Haven't done 3 blind in months, got a 35. Let's go. That was really nicely executed. I think I canceled between every corner out. 11 to 9. Repeating rusting and derusting really does help with being able to derust fast. Yeah, I've had that exact same experience with like taking like a month off multi and then derusting, or like 5 blind, especially 5 blind. I like don't have to derust 5 blind anymore. Like I will just like not do any 5 blind for literally months, and then I'll pick it up and I'll be like just where I left off basically. That was horrible execution. Good average. Wow, I got a 1727 average of 5. Didn't even notice that. That's really good. I'd be curious to see what the source is on that, because everything... Oh, timeline. Oh, I'm not keeping up on that. On this combo. Any ideas, or I guess did you experience something like this when you first began a multi? I just finished a 22 attempt, faster than previous attempts, but reviews are super slow. Normal? I mean it makes sense. I don't know if I don't know whether or not I necessarily ever experienced something like that at that point, but I mean it would make sense that if you go slower on reviews, the memo would stick way better than like otherwise, and then you would pause way less in exec and then have an overall faster time. Is that some website where you're putting in the scramble to see the 3D view of the cube? I do that after the solve if I don't know immediately what the total alg count was, because on every solve I'm notating the alg count so that I can later get like statistics on how the scrambles are overall. But yeah, it's alg.cubing.net that I use for that. Nice. 11 to 10. 1895 non-rolling average of 5. That was 51 to 46. 1609 best of 5. You got your first 16? Nice. Not think anything? Congrats. By super slow, I mean like close to my first pass speed, essentially, but I still paused during exec quite a bit. So then, I mean, yeah, given that info, I have no idea why, like, do you know why the overall attempt was faster? What part was faster that made the overall attempt faster? Because currently you've told me that you pause a lot during exec still, but did you pause less than you used to, or the same? Because if you pause the same amount, then there's something else that I'm missing that is faster. That was like a very bad start and then a very good like second half. 9 alg. What's up, Germanium? Finished UFL and UB? Pog. That's like a third of floating done already. Something like that. First pass was faster. Paused more for sure than previous attempt, but passes overall are generally slow. I'm having trouble making them faster. So the attempt overall was faster just because first passes were faster. I mean, I think my general experience, this is like pretty oversimplified, but my general experience was a lot of like getting faster at first pass, which makes it like counterintuitively, it makes the latter passes easier and faster because there's less time in between first and second pass and second and third pass, etc. But yeah, and I mean, you'll start pausing less and less too as you just like get better, but doing like extra reviewing usually helps that as well. Dang it. That was a alt swap that saved an alg. I think 11 and 9. Yeah, 11 and 9. And I had a fun cancel. Should I go to work with a cough from a cold? Probably not, but kind of depends on your situation. Have you taken like a lot of sick time already? I don't know. Nice. That was 9 to 8. Oh, I got a 1926 AO12 already. We already got the daily AO12 and the daily 14 in under 20 solves. Yeah. 11 to 10. 1911 AO5, not rolling. And 51 to 46. Again. 1911, cool. Wow, I have a... After these first 4 best of 5s, I have a 1588 mean of 4 best of 5s. That is really good. For reference, my best ever mean of 20 best of 5s is like 1708 or something. So it's a good pace, but probably will not continue. 3-blind main is Weilong V11, and multi-blind main is RS3 and B5 and dual adjust. Messed up LTCT. Why am I messing this up now, dude? Oh my god. That was 12 to 10. Dude. What's happening? It's so crazy to be forgetting algs like years after years of learning, doing them like correctly. It's very annoying. First ever mean of 10 best of 5 2145 with a 16 counting. Nice. What is happening? Oh my god, dude. I hate this. I gotta look up the alg. DCT algs. LUBBUR. It's a frickin' ZB too. LUBBUR. So weird, dude. Okay, there it is. I find it takes a crazy amount of practice to get an alg to the point where I literally never mess it up ever. Yeah. I'm actually at that point now with, I think I can pretty confidently say pretty much every UFU-R2C. I've drilled UFU-R2C. Like, I can't remember the last time I literally messed up a single one while drilling them, which I definitely can't say for like full LTCT or especially T2C or F2E. LTCT, I will mess up like 5 to 10 out of 252 when I'm drilling them, but UFU-R2C, I like close to literally never mess them up. Did a meme solution right there. There was like no way to make corners 4 algs on that scramble except for by doing 2 T2Cs, and I did it, and I got them both right. That's just like a practice T2C scramble. What's up, Era? How bad is that scramble? It was pretty bad. I can send it. If you're not down to do, I mean, if you don't know T2C, you're not making that 4 algs. There might be like a weird way to make it 4 algs with LTCT, but like totally guessed on multiple pairs. That's just an annoying 10. So many new cubes you see in the back. Yeah, I've just been buying more RS3B5s when I get Speed Cube Shop gift cards at comps now. Chi Warrior M 3x3. I've tried it. It's not good. I mean, not good compared to RS3 and B5. I like the maglev version more than dual adjust, but I'm not gonna use maglev for multi because that can cause problems, and it's more expensive. That was 9. It was a little risky talking like 2 seconds into memo. I think that scram can be 3 algs if you count 2C, 2C, and 3 twists as 1 alg each. Oh yeah, I don't. You think the V11 can still be improved? Do you like it just the way it is? I don't know how I would improve it. Maybe like make the speed like a little more controllable. Is there a legit reason for maglev being more expensive? I mean, there's more magnets, and they're like large magnets, and that's just kind of, I think magnets in general are just more expensive than springs. So, but I don't think that justifies like how much more expensive it is, probably. That was 10 to 9, but I did 10 because I missed an edge float. Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 52 to 48, 16, 61. DNF average. 1603 mean if 5 best of 3s. Who do you think will pass the sub 3 single barrier next? Probably Yihang. I'll say Yihang. Feeling. There's this weird thing I noticed with my I got a second V11 with gift cards, and that was 11 to 10 by the way. My first V11 just like on the exact same settings, corner twists so much easier than my second V11. This one I very rarely corner twist on. The other one I corner twist on like seriously frequently. It's really weird. I have no idea what's different. I feel like they like updated it or something. I mean, yeah, anyone can beat the sub 3 barrier, obviously, but I'm asked to predict who it will most likely be, and I feel like Yihang's probably the best bet. I had to put money on it. Aw. Huh. I don't know what I did wrong there. I did the float, like twisted float into LTCT thing, but then I messed up edges. I need to check that. I wish there was like a easy way to describe that strat. Oh, I mistraced. What? Wait. Yeah, I mistraced. Mistrace edges. was 9 to 8. Kind of fucked that it wasn't Yihang. Yeah. Was it you who commented on, somebody put in WCA statistics showing like, I think it was all of Teodor's best singles in 2025 and 2026, like best singles in an average, compared to Yihang and Xuanyi. And it's insane, like, how skewed it is. Like, Yihang and Xuanyi in the 3.0 range is, like, gigantic. And then Teodor has just got, like, a handful in, like, the 4 range. And then Teodor just has, like, a jump from, like, 4 to 276. It's absurd. That was like extremely improbable that happened. Dude, I always do that wrong. I did the wrong pre-AUF for floating alec. That's stupid. I had to do U y perm U prime, and I did U prime y perm U. There's like so many options for that. Was just 11 and 9. Oh, 11.5 to 9. All right. No quintuple DNFing. Thank you. Wait. Yeah, 11 and 9. All right. Now to not break the sub 20 best of 5 streak. I think in my last 5 mean of 20 best of 5 sessions, I've not gotten a single over 20 best of 5. So let's try to not blow that. Yes. Lucked out with a 10 to 8. Bailed me out. 52.5 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 52.5 to 44.5. 1807 on 10 to 8. Yeah. How are Serum Super 2022 compared to the V5? I do not remember that cube. I don't even know if I had one. How many cubes, even all the events in total, do you have? My guess probably like 200. Well, are you talking to me? You know I did a 350 cube multi-blind, right? Damn. was kind of confusing to get all the floats. That could have been 8, but I did 9 because I missed an edge float. I'm really throwing on these scrambles. Dang it. That was 12 to 10. What's up, Z Fast Hands? Typo? I meant like 500. I mean, yeah, that's probably roughly correct, I guess. A small casual blind comp and Ezra and Ryan are coming? Wow. Did you do like 3 multi-attempts and 2 rounds of each big blind or something? Dang it. That was 9 to 8. Then I paused and had to do an extra calm. Damn, that was a really good scramble set, and I completely threw 19, 12, 805. Actually, 50.5 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that was really good. 43.5. Best single was 1837. Damn. That's sad. Got first sub 10 on 3x3 at a comp. Wow, that's shocking. You have 80 cubes total, maybe 90? What? How? That is shocking to me. How did you manage to remember all the stories in 1050 loci in your 350 cube attempt? I mean, I probably didn't remember everything correctly, but I reviewed it a lot for like 10 hours, so that's why. That's how. Cool. Wow. That was 11 to 10. That's really good. And I did multiple cancels. Don't need more. I'm just shocked that that's like all that you've gotten. Have you like given cubes away or sold cubes? So I'd be shocked that you like haven't accumulated just from like buying a new cube here and there. Like you have at least 60 from, you have like 65 for multi at least, right? So you're saying you only got like 30 other cubes ever? Unless you gave away or sold stuff. That's gotta be wrong. I visualed too much in edges and forgot something. Given most of them away. Oh. Where do you give cubes away? Like comps to newcomers or something? To 9. People you're teaching or local meetups or whatever? Gotcha. What's up, Zach? It's going good. Pretty good session so far. Dang it, dude. Of 11 to 9. Yeah, Germanium. I've definitely given away cubes. I just like, I don't know. I feel like there just hasn't been like much opportunity to give them away, I guess. And I do like to hang on to like all my 3x3s because of the gigantic multi opportunities. Wow. Did not think I got that. It's 11 to 10. 2178 AO5. You 53 to 48. 2178. 1677. 1677 best of 5 on 11 to 10. That's funny. Got 1667. Mean of 8 best of 5 so far. 67. That's 12 to 10. That could have been 9. PB in 3-line comp, I think it's 1564. And that has stood for Coming up on 3 years. Oh. It's always nice when a solve is like significantly faster than you expect. That was 10. Ooh, that was sick. That was 10 again, and I broke into a twist with no parity after a cycle break, which is hard. That was 11 to 10. Could have maybe been better. Let's check. Nope. Ugh, dude, that turning was horrendous. 1886 non-rolling A05 on, wow, on 53 to 49. That's funny. That's like the worst scramble set so far out of this whole session, and I got my best non-rolling A05 on it. That's funny. What? Oh. Dude, that's so annoying. I mistraced corners. That was 10 to 8 with a T2C. Rip. Coming off what I said earlier. Memo 1 through 3, 2 through 6, 3 through 9. Kind of confused about that. You're saying you do memo 1 through 3, review 1 through 3, and then memo 2 through 6, review 2 through 6, memo 3 through 9, review 3 through 9. That's a kind of a bizarre review system. I don't know if that's like a typo or something, but people would generally do something like memo 1 through 3, review 1 through 3, memo 4 through 6, review 4 through 6, memo 7 through 9, review 7 through 9, and then review 1 through 9. Because that like doesn't heavily favor some cubes more than others. did the twisted float into LTCT thing again, but I kind of paused. Ooh, that was good. $10 elgs. That was 9, but kind of a hard 9. That was definitely typos holy. Okay. That's funny. Nice. That was 11 to 9. Another good average. Let's go. That was 59 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 49. 49 to 44. 1827 AO5 and 1768 best single on 10. Now we got 1687 mean of 10 best of 5s. That's pretty good. See if I can hold that pace for 10 more. And I got another AO12. Whoa, I didn't even realize I rolled AO12 to 18 earlier. That's 3 sessions in a row with 18 AO12s. That's good. Dang it, dude. That was a really nice 9, and I forgot something. Damn it. 11 and 9. What's up, Hime? Hey, Hime. 11 to 10, and I did a UFUR 2C parity and a T2C parity, double parity. Please, sub 20. Thank you, dude. Oh my god. I'm barely holding on to this sub 20 best of 5 streak. Barely. That could have been 9, but I did 10, Alex. Didn't want to risk the float into LTCT thing. 51 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1879 on 10 to 9. Just hanging around House Blind tonight. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I got a 14, like 10 solves into the session, and I got a AO12 pretty quick too. And then I got another one. And currently, the mean of 11 best of 5s is 1704. PB is 1708 for 10 best of 5, or 20 best of 5s. Did an alt swap, but I don't know if it actually saved an L, so I'm going to check. Oh, didn't save an L. That's funny. It actually made me do a UB float when I otherwise wouldn't have had to. So that was just 8. Holy guac. I've never heard someone say holy guac. Feels wrong. Dang it. Oh, I can't believe I got that. I had to backtrack and then totally guess on whether or not, or on a letter pair. That was 10 to 9. Finally, all registered for Westerns. Very excited. Let's go. Me too. Nice. That was very solid 10. How long do you practice every day? I do like some cited events off stream, but not a whole lot. Pretty much all my blind practice is on stream, unless I'm like not streaming at all. Like I'll probably do like a couple hours of blind practice a day on average. I think that was 12 to 10, no, 11 to 9, but I gotta check. Yeah, 11 and 9. Okay. Dang it, dude. 11 to 9, big pauses, and I did 2 extra columns. Rip. Could have been a good AO5. I blew it. $20.84 with a counting 24. And that was 50 minus 5. 1696. Mean of 12, best of 5s. How many loci do you currently have for multi? Well, I have 6 memory palaces that I use for multi-blind, and each of those can accommodate a 73 cube attempt. I thought it was much longer, so actually have a life and still one of the best wild. I didn't have a life at some points. Definitely cubing was like all I did at some points, but yeah, I have a life now, and I think at the point that I'm at, it requires way less maintenance to just like stay where I'm at, like way less time to maintain. But like when I was grinding to like get world record, I was grinding hard, like probably close to 8 hours a day. Which LTCTL do you use for RUB parity BUL twist? RUB BUL. That one. RUB. RUB BUL. Funky S move one? I do not know. That was 11 to 9. 2 parodies. What? Huh. I mistraced edges? How? I don't understand that. That was 11 to 10 too. I had those pieces in my memo, so I must have mistraced. What? Wait. What the heck? I mistraced the first piece. That is so weird. That almost makes me feel like I DNF the last... Wait. Did I DNF the last solve by 2E and not notice it? I gotta check the video. This is so weird. I do not know why I DNF that. That is a super weird mistake to make. No, there's no way I DNF that. No, I didn't DNF it. That's confusing. I mistraced I traced the wrong side of an edge for the first target, and that's all. That is such a weird way to DNF. How do you make such huge palaces that accommodate 73 cubes each? Um, yeah, I mean, basically, I mean, not exactly what Josh said, but multiple locations per room for sure. Some people, like, I know that Roe in his parents' house, which is like, I've talked to him about this, like a normal sized house, not like a mansion, like with 20 like bedrooms or anything, obviously. Uh, he has like a 20 to 30 rooms, like cubes worth of rooms in just his parents' house, which that's crazy to me. I put like 4 cubes worth of loci in one house usually. So some people have like a very different scale of loci, and mine is like relatively large scale. So I'll have like I have 1 cube in this room usually, and as far as I understand, Ro would do like 8 or something, which is like crazy to me. I just like I find it's really important to have like all the locations feel very distinct from all the other locations, which is pretty hard the more rooms you get. But you just got to get creative. Video games are like 3 of my 6 memory palaces. So like 2 of my memory palaces are in Super Mario 64, and then another one's in Super Mario Odyssey. And then a lot of my rooms are just like paths outside and like malls and neighborhoods that I know really well and stuff like that. So that kind of thing. Do you reuse palaces often for multi? Do you cycle through all your palaces? I cycle through all of them, yeah. I try to cycle through all 6 before reusing anything. At this point, no, yeah. Your house had like 20? That's so weird. Why do people do this? Nice. That's 10 to 9. Dang it. What? That's weird. I did like a messed up alg or something. That was 12 to 10. Um, hmm. Oh, I'm swapped 2 pairs and I did one floated, one not. That's weird. Okay, I get it now. I have an entire retail store that only contains 9 cubes. 20 for a house is nuts for me. Even like 9 cubes in a retail store is pretty crazy. Uh, yeah. I'm way more like spanned out. I've just like I think one thing I'm kind of good at is like I will like think of ideas for rooms and I'll jot it down and I'll have that like in the back of my head like all the time. So I have like like idea list, and I do the same thing for like coming up with words for my full floating lists because I need like 2,300 words. So I got into this zone for like years where like if I ever thought of a good like a word that would be good for multi, I would jot it down. Then I would just like figure out where to allocate it. Do you have 18 houses in each of your 6 palaces? No, it's not even close to being like a majority actual houses. Like I said, it's a lot of outdoor spaces like neighborhoods and malls and stuff. Dude. That's so annoying. That was a really nice 9 to 8, and I freaking forgot something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 53 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 53 to 46. DNF average. 1789 on 10 and 9. Got 1703 overall mean now. Mean of 13 best of 5s. What's up, Kingcraft? I'm good. I don't think I've been in 18 distinct houses over the last year. Oh, me neither. But a lot of my earlier Memory Palace locations were like friends' houses growing up. Like people's houses that I'd been to a lot. Dude. Forgetting corners. Gotta stop this. Thank you. That was 9.5. Does doing 2x2 next before 3x3 make sense since I'm going easiest first? You can do whatever you want. I've been using Huntington Library and Arboretum. I don't know how to pronounce that. As a new palace, and it makes me smile. That's nice. I went to Disneyland recently, largely excited to map out a memory palace there, because that occurred to me that Disneyland would be an amazing memory palace, and I haven't actually made it yet, but I have it all. I have a lot of ideas of how to do it, but I just got to decide the order. What? I should have done the 4 flip at the end, but I just didn't want to forget it. Memory Palace where all you hear is It's a Small World. I literally thought about this exact thing because we rode Small World, and I was like, oh, this would be a great like bunch of locations because it's like bright in there. There's like a lot of things you can see, and you can like go in different parts of the world and Small World, but then you have the fucking song playing in your head, and that would like destroy Memo. It's like could be an actual serious problem. Dang. That was 9 to 8. That should have been better. 10 algs. That was 49.5 minus 2 to 47. And 1640, 9.5. 1699, mean of 14, best of 5s. I'm holding strong. What's up, Mitch Call? Instead of using words for memo, could memo be song lyrics and start freestyling during your solve? Entirely theoretical. I don't know, maybe you can do stuff like that if you're like a very talented rapper or something. I reuse an exact loci, but with different context of timing. Not sure if this makes sense to explain, but do you think this is okay? I would recommend against it, but I mean, it's like sounds slightly better than just like reusing a loci, but I would just not do that, because you can just not do that. Use something else, you know? Dang it. What? Did I? What? I mistraced again. I mistraced an edge again. How is this happening? That's crazy. Why am I mistracing edges? That's so weird. Huh. So weird. Okay. That was 10 to 9. Imagine bro starts playing air guitar mid-memo to remember his tracing as musical notes. I'd love to see that. I don't fully understand this, but I think Stanley, for one, I know Stanley has perfect pitch. And he also somehow like incorporates like some Bach pieces into his memory palaces, and it like helps him like strike meaning into them somehow. Stanley's lurking, you can explain, that'd be cool. Oh. I thought I would be farther off than that. Yeah, Stanley is an amazing violin player. That was cool. Did a lot of cancels. 10. Dang it. That was a gigantic pause. How was that a 27? That's funny. And I did a 4 flip. What was that? Did 11 to 9. There are certain letter pairs I had that I would just memo as some non-human sound. UA was a Family Feud buzzer sound. That's funny. That's interesting. Because that's tough because you like can't use audio for that. I don't know how I would do that. I use verbal sounds in my long-term image memo quite a bit. I do stuff like that. I do a lot of stuff like that. Like, my A parody letter is just like, stuff like that, if that's what you mean. 1, 2, 52 to 46.5. $17.05. Mean of 15 best of 5s. Mistraced corners. I messed up 2 color. XA Zowie. That's funny. If I understood correctly, each of your 6 gigantic palaces has multiple mini palaces within them, which makes up for 219 loci. I mean, if you want to like redefine palace to mean like an enclosed space, but even then, like, no, because I use a lot of outdoor spaces. I've said this like 3 times now. I don't know. For me to answer that question, you have to tell me like how are you defining palace or like mini palace? For me, a palace is just like a set of rooms that I will use for one multi-attempt, one hour attempt. That was 9 to 8 with extremely good corners. Corners was this. There to there to there, and then there to there to there. That could probably be executed sub 1. That's crazy. I kind of paused during edges, unfortunately, because I started thinking like, oh, do not forget the first corner pair. I like rushed it really hard. mistraced edges, and I realized it this time, but dude, I don't know if I'm like, I feel like I'm like rushing really hard or something. It's making me mistrace edges more than I normally do. My brain's like naturally like, this is the only way you can improve at this point. Just go faster than you can. A single journey that has an independent start and end point is what I mean by a palace. I mean, then my I have 6 palaces. Like, I mean, by that definition, you could also just say I have 1 palace because I can go through all of them in a single start and end in one journey, whatever that means. Nine. Oh, dude, I just realized how much that 14 is going to help with this overall session. That might be the clincher if I don't like massively throw for my first 17 mean of 20, sub 17 mean of 20 best of 5s. Oh, bro. That was 10 to 9. This is really sick AO5 potential. Rolling AO5, but still. Dude, an 8, that's insane. 1869 non-rolling AO5 with a counting 23. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. 48 minus 3. 48 to 45. And that was 14, 17 on 98. Dude, 1687, mean of 16 best of 5s. A string of rooms with no loading screen, yeah. Yeah, that's all my palaces then. Dude. Freaking gave me a 12. 12 to 10. When I was trying to clinch a dank AO5. Classic. Dang it. I had a feeling. Had a weird lockup. Tried to save it, but missed a move. What's up, Kwong? That's annoying. 10.5 to 8.5, and I blew it. Big lockups, and then forgot a pair. You can't go through all your 6 palaces in a single journey. It is multiple journeys stringed together to create a huge journey. Okay, whatever you say. You have like a very specific definition of all these things that like nobody ever uses, and I don't know why you are even talking about this. Like, what's the point? That was 9. That's going to bring the overall down again. And 8. Probably could have been faster. Okay, that was 1, 2, 51.5 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. DNF average 1655. 1685, mean of 16 or 17. Dust to 5s. Oh, I just realized what I recalled wrong. And I did a weird 1 move mistake, looks like. It's 10 to 9. Oh, close call. This cube almost never doesn't self-align. So that was like extremely close call to +2ing. Just as far as like effort into the turn goes. That was just 9. Dang it. That was a tough scramble. Huh. What was that? That's stupid. Why did I? That was 11.5 to 11.5 to 8. That was hard. Ten to 8, dude. Ugh. Dude. That was probably a longer memo than exec. 10 to 9. Totally threw that last AO5. Good scramble set. 50.5 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 50.5 to 43. But not horrible best of 5. Okay, 2 more. Um, 1689, mean of 18 best of 5s. Forgot one freaking letter pair, dude. That was 10 elves, but massive pausing and like 4 extra columns. RIP. Definition of a single memory palace. Can you briefly talk about any one of your 6 palaces that can hold 73 cubes? I mean, dude. There's, like I said, there's like literally, it's like 3 loci per cube, 73 cubes worth. That would be like, that would take just too long for me to explain right now. I'm in the middle of something. And my definition of a palace is literally just like what I answered this question already. It's what I use in one multi-attempt. It's like a set of rooms that's designated for one multi-attempt. It's 10. Maybe could have been better. Oh yeah, could have been. Could have been 9. RIP. That was 10. Okay. 12 to 10. 12 blind win? I don't know, in like 2 weeks or something. Dang it. Oh, I recalled wrong anyways. Oh, that's so annoying, dude. So that's a successful AO5 with a counting 33. So 2430 AO5 with a counting 33. And the ALG set was I don't remember the last one. Yeah, it's just 10. This ALG set was 52 to 49. 1770 on 10. Oh, same as the last one. 1770 back-to-back best of fives. All right, this is the last one. Got 1694. I need to get something like probably no worse than like high 17 to get sub 17 mean of 20 best of fives. Oh, let's go. That was 11 to 9. Pog. I think that almost assuredly gets me the sub 17. Let's go. That'd have been crazy if I got that. I was like half an ALG and parity away from solving it when I dropped it. No, I don't remember edges. That was 9.5. Wait. Do you use 3-style edges and corners? Yes. Nobody is this fast without 3-style. I use not only 3-style, but like a bunch of other advanced ALG sets, like full floating 3-style, LTCT, T2C, etc. Okay. Let's go. That was 11 to 10, bro. Wait, no, 11 to 9. That's super good. LTCT 5 to 4 ALG corners and then 6 to 5 ALG edges with 1 ALG UB float. dude. Guaranteed PB, mean of 20, best of 5s. That's 9 Alex, and I mistraced corners. Bro, I beat I beat the other 15. And that's another sub PR single. That's my third sub PR single this session. That was 10 to 8. God damn. 1828 805 with a counting 21. Super good session. Let's go. That average was 1, 2, 50.5 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 50.5 to 44. That's a 1687 mean of 20 best of 5s. Hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah? Pog. 1989, 73 out of 100. Let's just real quick calculate that. The weighted 50. So 14, 17, 17, 45. I always log all my sessions, by the way. I'm a little weird about statistics, cubing statistics. 14, 17 best single, 17, 45, 17, 27. Wow, I had a better AO5 than mean of 3 in this session. That's rare. And 1858 AO12. And 1989 overall. Today's the 17th. Okay. Got a DNF until 50%. Thanks, autism parent. Back after a little 3-blind practice, man only got like 3 successes, DNFing in weird ways. Damn. How many solves, or how many attempts did you do? And what are the weird ways? 1944 at 70%. That's decent. My best overall at 70% is 1904, so not my best, but pretty good. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1832 at 60%. Holy dude, what? That's PB for 60% at 100. Wow. My previous best was 1854. Wow, you guys just witnessed like probably my best 3-blind session I've ever done. That's crazy. All right, at 50% is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1770? Oh my god. Dude, I got a 1770 weighted 100. That's my first sub 18. My previous best is 1802. This is by a huge margin my best 3-blind session I've ever had. What the fuck? Dude, that's so good. Sheesh. Okay. And the scrambles were not that crazy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At 40%, it was 1726. These are all PBs. The only one that wasn't PB was the 70%. Sheesh. That's crazy. And the mean of my last 5 weighted 50s is 1841. It's pretty good. The scrambles without floating 5115 per AO5. Oh, 45.6 with floating and LTCT and T2C and all the crazy stuff I do. 45.6 per AO5. That's really good, actually. Better than it felt. Not the best I've gotten, but yeah. Sheesh, guys. That was really good. In this session, I got pure sub 19 best of 5s as well. Every best of 5 was sub 19. And also 3 sub PRs. I got 9 sub PR AO5s, 7 sub 20 AO5s, non-rolling. Pretty cool. Okay, let's do some multi. It's already kind of late, so I probably can't do that much multi. Because I gotta eat din. Very good session, though. 13th percentile should be roughly median best of 5s. I just like getting the exact thing. Thanks, Hime. That session, like, felt pretty good, but it didn't feel that good. 1770. Weighted 100 is crazy. Dude, I slept so poorly last night too. There's been like a crazy storm in Southern California these last couple days, and it was like insane winds that were like waking me up over and over again. And I'm like a heavy sleeper, but it was like, dude, I did not sleep well last night. What's up, BB Cuber? Typing in Discord my new PBs. What was the mean of 20 best of 5s? 1687. Crazy to get that on stream. I feel like I always do 3-blind sessions, like way worse on stream. It was crazy cold last night for out here. Yeah, I was like chilly. I was chilly in here. Dude, I got golden clover. Let's go. I'm gonna finish this sack in like an hour or like 30 minutes. Pog. Bye, BB Cuber. All right. Let's do some small Multis. $109 with beginner method. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good for just starting and using beginner method. One-handed is really hard if you're like very inefficient, which beginner's method is. And only doing it for a week, yeah. That's good. If you learn like some more efficient stuff, you probably improve really quick. Gotta be wrong. Dang it. Come on, I feel like I should have this. Oh. And then... Oop. I don't think I have that one. What? I totally thought I got this. Oh well. How did the last 30 or so 3-blind solves go? Yeah, it was good. That was basically like my best 3-blind session I've ever done. I got a 1770 weighted mean of 100, which basically means like if you DNF, so I got 73 out of 100 at like the total session after I did 100 solves. I successfully solved 73 out of 100, and the overall mean was 1989. If I DNF, the slowest successes until it's 50% out of 100, the overall mean was 1770. That's like what you call a weighted mean of 100, or like in blind, that's like a metric that we use a lot. And yeah, that was my PB weighted mean of 100. 1770, that was my first ever sub 18 weighted mean of 100. And I also tracked mean of 20 best of fives, and I got PB on that too, which is 1687 mean of 20 best of fives, which was my first sub 17 for that. Just to give you an idea of how bad my last official best of 5 was, I got like a 19 best of 5. Out of all 20 of those best of 5s I just did, not a single one was over 19.00. So, yeah, that's funny. Just dreaming of sub 22 right now, weighted 50. I'm sure it'll get it soon. Just gotta keep on the grind, never give up. we go again. That was a hard scramble set picking back just now. It was a ton of floats and like flipped cycles, a lot of annoying stuff. Damn. What? I do not know how I DNF that. That's a weird one. I don't know why I DNF that. That one's just like recalling one edge pair wrong. Damn, that was a really good attempt. Very fast exec. Those good scrambles. I had like one really bad scramble that held me up super hard in memo. I feel like without that, that probably could have been sub PB. Still, sometimes with like the full floating stuff, I will just like get held up like not knowing how to approach a certain scramble, because some scrambles can just be like so complicated with like multiple different ways to do it, and sometimes it's hard for me to just like let it go and just like do a probably bad solution when like the only other option is like spend a bunch of time on memo. It's like definitely not worth doing. Like a little brain break. Probably do like one or two more. It's almost 9 o'clock. Okay. fuck is that noise? What the fuck is that noise? Do you guys hear that? That was so distracting. Is it my cat snoring? Dude, this sucks. That's my cat snoring for sure. Oh my god. Dude, that's so loud. I've never heard her snore that loud. I thought it was like someone in another room going like, ugh. Might have just made a one-way mistake. I don't know, dude. God, that sucks, dude. That memo was actually going well until that. And it was so, like, confusing taking my headphones off and not hearing it anymore. I'm like, am I hallucinating right now? Yo, thanks, Grego. I'm so curious if that was, like, audible on the stream. It's so loud. She's not doing it anymore. I swear I would have remembered Memo if not for that. That like so hard threw me off. I'll do one more. Oh, I forgot the music. Dude, she's not doing it now. Straight up, like, thought. It was like so loud, it straight up sounded like in another room someone was like having a stroke or something. Like, now I'm not doing it. Put your headphones back on or I'm not doing it. That'd be crazy if there's like some weird physics thing happening where like just having the headphones on is like modulating the frequency of the snore such that I can hear it, but taking them off I can't hear it. Okay. The one I was most unsure about, I got, and then I DNF'd other ones that I wasn't unsure about. Oh my gosh, I know exactly what this was. I was actually unsure about this one, I just forgot. I had did a foreflip where it was this case, and I just like, I mean, there's definitely a better way to do this, but I just like did that to set up to this and this. L, D, L prime. And then I couldn't remember if I did L, D, L prime or L prime, D, L prime. Or L prime, D, L. I guess the wrong thing. But 7 out of 9 again. What if, while you were doing multi-blind, all the cubes passed through the table because of the super rare chance? That's a funny message. Quantum tunneling. Quantum tunneling reference. Quantum tunneling mentioned. That's funny. Oh, and on this cube I messed up a 2e2e. Oh, that's annoying. I understand the blind method, but I still don't know how to effectively memorize it. When you're new at blind, it can be a lot harder because you trace way slower, and it's like a lot more mental effort to like do cycle breaks and all that stuff. But aside from that, it's important to like make sure you're memorizing with letter pairs and making stories out of the letter pairs and all that stuff. That's another thing that can be difficult, is like if it's hard for you to come up with words for each letter pair on the spot, that can take like a lot of extra time, which makes it so you're more likely to forget the stuff you've already memorized. So yeah, getting better at like all these little tasks that are like huge mental load earlier on make it way easier to memorize. Like once you're better at all of those things, there's just like a lot of things when you're starting out with blind that take a lot of mental effort, and it can make it feel like it's hard to memorize the amount of information you're trying to memorize. But yeah, you just gotta get better at all the little things like tracing, cycle breaking, letter pair words, making stories. Once all of that is super automatic, it's actually like not that hard to memorize one cube. I'll do one more. Cat, please do not get on the desk with the tinfoil and the microphone, please. She's thinking about it. Hey, I sacrificed my garden to the hornets or whatever. That was my 46th garden sack in Cookie Clicker. Poggers. And I just leveled up my 17th building to level 10. Huge. Let's do grandma's next. Okay. Don't do it, cat. Don't do it. Don't think about it. That's just one pair. What's up, Abhijit? Okay, that's enough for today. I'm tired. I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching.